Welcome back, gamers. Today we're going to go over the best in-game settings and how it helps us in the Outlands. But first, do us a favor. If this is your first time at the channel, like and subscribe below. It really helps us out. We're growing. We appreciate everybody's support. And make sure you watch to the end because we're about to drop some knowledge today. So let's go ahead and go over our in-game settings. So as you can see, normal, this is the standard, master volume. I've turned down the music volume. I leave volume on in the encounters because I enjoy the ambiance. And I like even the voice and music in encounters. I like the way, it feels when you're listening to it, and just kind of get you in the mood to play, I should say. And then safe frame and contrast and color, or contrast and brightness. It really just depends on your TV, what you're playing on. I play on a 27-inch 1080p 60 frames per second TV. Does not have HDR, so I need to upgrade to that. But I find lowering the safe frame feels like it gives me a greater visibility field. So here we have standard aim, button, hold, sprint. My look and X and Y sensitivity are both at 100. Again, here's the important part. The guns, because of the recoil and the bloom and everything, it gives you the visual, which makes, at least for me, makes my head want to move my finger more. So that's why or my thumb more. That's why I've lowered the sensitivity on my X and Y to 35 and 30. And then for first person, I actually have it up to 55. And the reason I have it at 55 is really it's when you're playing a shooter game, the biggest thing that's gonna separate the really good players from the great players is centering. So you'll see like a lot of players when they're shooting using snipers or playing in first person, they'll have a lower sensitivity because they're already centered when they pull when they go ADS. I'm not, so I have to increase mine a little bit to compensate for the quick flick that I need. But it's really just personal preference. Again, all this is personal preference. And then, as you can see, my inner and outer dead zones, I match it both ADS and not ADS. I turn everything else basically down or all the way off, just because I like the standard feel. The acceleration, the decay, the aim delay, all that stuff is basically in the game to overcompensate, or the more you increase it, it affects the recoil a certain way, or how your aiming is. So if you want it to decay faster, so it doesn't move quick, as quick in the initial flick, I like it just I like to stick to match what I see. So that's why I leave mine as close to off as possible. And that's what I would recommend for everybody. And then aim exponent, I think I lowered it to 2.0, and then zoom exponent, I have it at 2. And that's pretty much it for the settings. So let's go over how this helps. So here, one of the points we want to make today is never stop moving when you're in an encounter. So here I see somebody over in the corner, and I realize, hey, this might be a chance for me to kind of actually get some data here. So I try to go find him, and I'm just moving around because I can't see him, hoping he comes up. We'll go over this again. There's a lot to go over in that short span. But basically, as you can see, when I run up, like I'm looking around for him, and then my character model stops. So I look down, and there's another player right there. I'm like, oh crap. So I, of course, try to react as quick as I can, and then my awesome potato aim misses basically every shot. And then and you can see, like, at one point you probably hear the clicking. I actually somehow I canceled the reload animation by a jump, and so I'm like shooting at him with nothing, and I'm like, oh crap, and he almost got me there, but somehow I'm able to get it. So we'll kind of keep that in mind as we look at it here again. Yeah, right there is where I kind of stop. Yeah, I'm like, what? Hit the side of the wall. So I'm like, I'm just gonna jump. Headshot with no ammo loaded. And then finally I get the kill there. So, you know, it's important. You're going to, anytime you're in an encounter, you're going to come across people. You're going to find people that you don't expect them to be. I wasn't expecting that player to be there. Scared me, surprised me. But I was able to recover because, again, you know, muscle memory. I'm always moving. I'm jumping. I even shoot the guy with no ammo because I canceled the reload animation, and which I'm like, and I just rinse and repeat. But this time I make sure I have bullets in my gun. You know, I'm able to get the kill. So that's one of the things you want to keep in mind. You know, keeping your fingers moving. Don't panic. You know, it's going to happen, and there's a way. It's extremely satisfying when you've practiced enough in game that you can be surprised and still come out the victor. So this one here, actually, I grabbed a picture and I go to mark on my map where the picture's at. It's up in the top right corner, but as you can see, I've already been pinged. It's that little picture by those hay rolls that's right by the exit there. So I'm like, I'm gonna sneak out of here. And that's another scenario again where I'm being hunted, and it's important to note, like, you know, this character, like in that pre-lobby, there wasn't a whole lot of there's a lot of raincoats, a lot of players that are like level 20, you know, that were basically probably new to the game and leveling up their battle pass. And this guy was rocking all black with the A1 and the 5,000 kill badge out for 5,000 kills on Outlanders. So I'm like, all right, he's the only one that's, you know, as soon as I saw that I was pinged, I'm like, this is probably the only one that's going to ping me. Everybody else, if they even know what the signal detector is, are probably too afraid to use it or just camping it. So, you know, again, this is a scenario where I know, you know, I kind of hear him coming. I take my shots, you know, and I kind of make a wide loop around the containers, and just jumping and moving, constantly moving, is what keeps me alive and allows me to get the kill. And, you know, this guy is obviously a killer. He's got 5,000 kills. You don't get that number by being, you know, unable to shoot in this game or unable to play tactfully. So, or tactical in this game. So he is clearly an experienced player, but we're just, you know, we're able to use our movement to get him, to take him out and, you know, get the kill. As you can see here, he's coming around. This is where he surprised me. He was surprised. He had his gun away. Crap. So I loop around, and I know I'm faster. I know I'm faster in without ADSing than he is ADS, so I'm able to get in, get the kill, get the loot, heal up, and then go get my picture. And then here, this last one, we're just gonna kind of go over something I call tactical patience. You know, you want to make sure it's easy to, you know, commit to one play style. It's easy to run around all the time. It's easy to camp all the time. You know, but there is an opportunity in that mid-range where it's like, okay, I'm coming up to a POI. Like in this scenario, I spawned south of here, you know, where that signals is that one, you know, that one house, that one farmhouse in the middle. And I make my way up. I'd heard shooting here earlier, so I knew somebody was there, so I had my volume turned up on my earbuds, and I'm listening. As soon as I get up to the top of the rock, I hear the guy in the house. You know, I'm using the ZA, which I enjoy, and it's actually pretty good at point blank. You guys have seen some of the videos where I'm at point blank range. But I also want to make sure, you know, He's got the height advantage because he's on the second floor, and you'll see that here in a moment, that just being tactically patient not only ends up successful, but also gives us more loot. So he was at the top of the stairs getting the stuff. He would have killed me if I'd have went up because he had the height advantage, even if he's using a Thompson. So I watch him come across. I'm thinking he's going to run up the hill. He actually goes into the next house. Trying to be patient and quiet so you can hear it. And see, I knew that was probably the path of action he was going to take. That's the path that he was going to follow. And I wasn't sure why he went back in the house. But as you can see, not only does he have a couple nice guns, he's also got the time safe, a bunch of ammo, and an airdrop. You know, that's an extra 500 XP. I don't even remember because I don't really focus on the airdrops. It's at least 500, maybe 1,000. I can't remember. But so there's bonus XP for that, 500 XP for the cassette. You know, look at the good loot. He's got iodine. He's got airdrops, or I'm sorry, mortar strikes. He's got caffeine. Antibiotics and caffeine, food. You know, flashbangs. He's got a ton of stuff here that probably would have been a nice, successful run for him. Had he been able to extract, but because I was tactically patient and waited, not only did we get the kill, but we also got a bonus airdrop and bonus XP. Because, you know, how many times have you allowed somebody to like come up and you get the kill, like right here? You're not going to go back to the house as you just left. We all know as soon as somebody hears gunshots that they're heading that direction because they want to get in the action. They might get a third party. There might be, you know, the loot goblins that are just running around getting loot might pick up extra loot. You know, believe me, I've done that too. So I'm not knocking it because it's a fun way to play if you go in with no weapons and just see how good you are and running around and avoiding shots. It's a kind of a game. You know, I enjoy that. I might actually do a video about that. But you know, there's people running all over the place, and gunshots, when they hear it, they're heading toward it. So, you know, that allowing this player to finish their run, not jumping in on the house here where they were upstairs, had better positioning than me. You know, I could have ran up and got to the bottom of the stairs. I could have surprised him at the bottom of the stairs, but, you know, I let it play out. And it's not always going to work that way. You know, that guy might have ran out and went, you know, across back to the dam, and we'd have either had to chase him or, you know, maybe even lost it. But we were able to, you know, converge on this and get the kill and get all the get all the loot and get out alive. So those are kind of the things I wanted to touch about, you know, today. Lowering your ADS more. When, you know, we all have those games where we'll get on and play, and it's like, you know, you're just moving like this. It's like you can't stay locked on to anybody. It's like, you know, you're potato aiming it. You know, sometimes I'll go. You guys saw my my stats, you know, what I play at. Sometimes I'll drop it down to 25 on the X for third person ADS, and that helps me just stay a little bit, you know, makes my movement that much less and helps me stay on target more. So don't be afraid to even lower it just slightly more when you're having, you know, a couple bad rounds. It'll help. It really does. You know, when you run across people on the Outlands crazily, hiding in spots you didn't expect, just remember your muscle memory. Keep moving, even when you're panicked. Even when you don't reload your gun and you should have had a headshot, just keep moving. It'll keep you alive. And then tactical patience, you know, give the situation time to develop. It'll pay off. I'm not talking about camping. Please don't think that, because that's not, you know, that is a play style. It's not one I subscribe to. Newer players, like, you know, and I've gotten killed by exit campers, and they'll have like 40 kills and, you know, I have 120 games played, and I'm not even mad about it because what are they supposed to do? You know, that's it's a tactic that works if executed the correct way. And I'll even give him congratulations, like, hey, GG, man, good luck, because it's hard when you're at that level and you don't have the guns. This game is not designed to be fair. It's designed to be rewarding to the players that put more time in and get more accustomed to the guns and know the actual maps, because there's so many little nooks and crannies and idiosyncrasies inside the maps that you just don't know until you die from it. So there's a lot to learn. That's the best part about this game. It's a very challenging yet rewarding game, in the sense the more you play, the more you learn. So with that, we'll stop it. Again, I appreciate everyone watching. We're up to over 350 subscribers now. It's making, it's a blessing to be able to do this. I appreciate you guys watching and commenting and interacting and liking and everything. I can't thank everyone enough. Till next time, gamers, take care, and we'll see you later.